Shelley R. Stats, CN 150. Speech number 3, guns are not the enemy. This is going to be my audience this evening. My mother-in-law Sue in the corner, father-in-law Gary, family friend Lorinda, and my two youngest children, Maggie and Gary. Okay, if you guys would like to have a seat, we will begin. This is a charged topic. In our society today, the argument against guns, for guns, it's a vicious cycle that never changes and never gets anything done. Guns are not the enemy, though. As a gun owner, I have never had one commit a violent crime. They have always been exceptionally well behaved. I am also a responsible, law-abiding gun owner. I have no problem having my background check performed to purchase firearms or a concealed carry license, even though Kansas no longer requires one. What I do see as a problem is people stepping in telling me how many and of what design of firearms I can own. Even in cities such as Chicago, with some of the toughest gun laws, they still maintain one of the highest per capita violent crime and gun crime rates. You can see this on the FBI site. They have all the data listed. The firearms are not committing these crimes. Criminals are, and they are not obtaining their firearms legally. Those that are able to purchase them and commit a crime should not have been allowed to, due to histories of mental health problems that show violent tendencies. We have become a nation that refuses to take responsibility for our failings. We need more standardized gun laws across the country, not gun bans. We have politicians, organizations, and even high school students all arguing about what the bans and laws should be. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not unsympathetic to those who have survived a mass shooting. However, at some point, they need to realize that removing the guns from all private citizens is not the answer, and most likely something that will never be accomplished because the majority of the citizens buying the guns and their statistics are law-abiding. The criminals who get the guns illegally are not accounted for. To put it in actual numbers, of 8,700 guns recovered from crimes in Illinois, which has strict gun laws, the ATF found that more than half of them came from other states. Tougher gun laws do not stop criminals because they do not abide by the law. This whole issue may be of no concern to you, yet it is. Would you feel safe taking your family on a tour of Chicago? Or for that matter, of Topeka? Have you looked at the violent crime rate for our beloved capital city? Per capita, it is flat out scary. Once again, the FBI site, linked below, has all of the data. And as someone who lived on the 1600 block of Clay Street for a short time, I can tell you, you should be scared. There were gunshots on a nightly basis, several times right outside my or my kids' bedroom windows. You may be thinking, I could care less. They should ban firearms to stop this madness. Now think about your car. Cars kill more people than firearms do. Let's ban cars. Sounds silly, doesn't it? That's what most gun owners think about a firearm ban. Only it is more than just a thing. It is a constitutional right to own and bear firearms. The thinking is just not logical. After the number of mass shootings of recent years, there has been research done to try to figure out a solution to this problem and even what the problem really is. Yes, we as a nation have one of the highest gun violence rates in the developed world, with 30,000 dead and 78,000 injured each year. Gun bans will not stop this, and there is also research to back that up. According to research and common sense, the solution is simple. Standardize gun control across the states with background checks and firearm permits. Crack down on illegal gun sales and ownership with tougher penalties. By implementing a standard procedure with background checks and firearm permits, you ensure that the guns being sold are being put in the hands of those who are following the law. You do not have to implement bans because these people are not the ones committing the crimes. According to research that was trying to prove that a laundry list of rules, regulation, and bans was necessary to control gun violence, this is not the right approach. Laws that instead strengthen permit to purchase and background checks would have a positive effect on firearm homicide rates. More specific laws, including but not limited to the banning of military-style assault weapons, would not change the firearm homicide rates. And this is linked in Lee et al., 2017. There are people who will not be satisfied by a solution such as this, and there is always a small possibility that they are right. I don't think so, though. At some point, we have to take responsibility. Responsibility for the fact that the criminals are still getting guns. Responsibility for the fact that there has been a breakdown of our mental health care system, as well as the reporting systems. Just stop for a minute and imagine a world where the guns are taken from the law-abiding citizens. The criminals would still have their guns. Do you really think the world would be a better place, or that the firearm homicide and violent crime rate would drop? They would not. We would all be victims at that point. Now imagine a world where the laws were standardized across the states. The laws on illegal gun possession were stricter. Those who choose to could and would carry, resulting in deterring criminals. We have to do something. The firearms are not committing these crimes. Criminals are, and they are not obtaining their firearms legally. Those that are able to purchase them legally should not be allowed to due to histories of mental health that show violent tendencies, and then they're going out and committing crimes. We need standardized laws. The tougher laws should be saved for those who obtain firearms illegally. It is time to really think about this, to do something about this. Contact the legislatures. Let them know what the research has shown. Do not infringe on the constitutional rights of law-abiding citizens. If we all continue to do nothing, nothing will change. There will be more tragedies that will get people emotionally charged, for a while at least. And then something new will come along and nothing will be changed. It's a vicious cycle. If we do try to make changes, reasonable changes, and we do it together, we can make a difference. The most important thing I want everyone to remember, and I know it's become cliche, but guns really do not kill people. People do. The people are what need to make the changes. Thank you.